Hi folks, this is Digger Dad. Welcome back to my channel. Can I scream? Oh my god. This is the 6th take of this video. 6. And I'm about ready to go nuts because I keep flooding my lines. Normally, I sketch these out, but apparently today I didn't, so I'm just all over the place. Sometimes it's good to be a YouTuber, and other times it's not good to be a YouTuber. It's one of those days that's not good to be a YouTuber because I can't get the video right. But hopefully this time I won't trip over any words. I won't drive myself out of my head, and I'll have to do another retake. Okay, here's what I'm going to talk about today before I forget. Okay, yesterday in the news there was an article about the Coleco Chameleon being a scam. I'm going to weigh in on this. All the facts aren't in yet. And so before we call it a scam or fraud or whatever, it could be simply someone just dropping the ball. Because the way this was marketed, it seems like they didn't do it very well. And every entrepreneur has many fails before they have one great success. And these gentlemen who developed this have been in the gaming community for quite a while. And I think they dropped the ball on how they handled it. I know I just said that. But we also are wanting a working prototype. Many of you are screaming for a working prototype. Some of you need to understand how companies like this work. I'll give an example of making prototypes. Good one is the car industry. You know, they draw a car out on paper first. Then they take that picture and they make a clay model of that car. And then back in the day, once they did that, they would actually make a little miniature version of the actual car. Then they would take that miniature version and then build it into large scale. But that still wasn't done then. They would still make changes to the full scale car until they came up with a working model. And the same thing goes with the gaming community. They will actually take components from other game consoles to produce this one console. And they'll keep doing that until they find things that actually work for this system and how they want it to be. And if you look at some of the pictures of one of the prototypes of the Coleco Chameleon, it looks like they took parts from a Super Nintendo and an Atari Jaguar to make it, which is not uncommon. It happens quite a bit. And it's going to be a while before a true working prototype is going to come to be. It takes a lot of development and a lot of money. And you also need the people there who are going to make this happen. And the guys are there. They have the development in place. It just got mishandled. Hopefully these gentlemen can fix it and make this come to reality, because I would love to see the Coleco Chameleon come to be, mainly because it's the first cartridge-based system since the Nintendo 64. So it's been a while since we've had a cartridge-based gaming system. So I really hope that happens, and we'll just have to wait and see. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that one comes out. There's a couple others I was kind of hoping come to be as well. The RGBS, which I really don't know much about, and I'm going to have to go back and read my homework on that one. Apparently, it's being produced by the same guys who do the Coleco Chameleon. And then there's the Sega Dreamcast 2. That's another one I want to see come to be. As a retro gamer, Coleco, Sega, hearing those names again, awesome. Do I want to see other retro games come back? Yes. The number one I want to see come back as far as making consoles, Atari. It was a shame that the market got killed for them in '83, and I'd just love to see them come back with a console. And maybe down the road they will. We never know. But that's for them to figure it out. Speaking of gaming consoles, I've got a few in mind I want to get my hands on now that I'm starting to get into other systems that I didn't have as a kid. Because there were quite a few I didn't have. All the Ataris, the Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, the Jaguar, didn't have any of those. The Sega Dreamcast, didn't have one of those. I have all the PlayStations. I have pretty much all the Nintendos. The only Nintendo I don't have is the GameCube, and I haven't really decided if I want one of those or not. In fact, I just got Sega here recently, and that was another system I didn't get to play growing up, so really want that. TurboGrafx 16 is the number one on my list. That one I'd really like to have. I just watched a review for the Toshiba Nuon, I think it was, and seeing the Tempest 3000 on that, I would love just to play that one game on that system. That looks awesome. I really want to play that because I retro gamer here. One of my favorite games back in the early '80s was Tempest. I used to go mad on that thing. This was my technique: spin the heck out of the wheel and just hit the fire button. And I got pretty far doing that. Dumb technique, I know, but it worked for some reason. But that's really wanted to get on to. Also, to let you know, military diet's going good. Day 3 was kind of hard because as you go through the days, you got, like I said, it's a 3-day diet. The third day is the hardest because the meal gets smaller. In fact, my dinner last night was just a can of tuna and half a banana. That sucked. It really did. I did not like that at all. But it's the diet, and I'm going to make it work. I'm on my 4 days. I get a break for 4 days, and during those 4 days, I can up my calorie intake to, I think it's 1,600 calories. 15 or 1,600 calories, but I've been watching what I ate this morning. I had, I kind of splurged a little bit because I've been missing the things I love to eat. Not so much they're bad for me, but it's just I ate too much of it. My cereal, I finally got to have a bowl of my cereal. That was so good. I splurged a little bit, had a little more than I should have, but it's not bad cereal. It was Raisin Bran, so that made me so happy to have a big bowl of that. And then for lunch, I had a couple of pieces of bread with some tuna on it. That was really good. And then tonight, don't know what I'm doing tonight, but whatever it'll be, the portions will be just right where they should be. But that's really all I wanted to talk to y'all about. I hope you liked this video, and please leave me a comment. I'd like to know what you think about the whole Chameleon thing. He would like to hear what you think about the RGBS, as well as the Sega Dreamcast 2. I'd really like to hear what others think after watching Gamester81's video on this whole Coleco thing. That made me want to do a video as well. So let me know what you think. And as always, folks, come subscribe to my channel. The more the merrier. Other than that, do good and deuces. Bye-bye.